Here's you going, that'll be the very first thing that they're going to hear, Voch.
They'll be fine. We're content creators. We kind of do this shit on the fly. This wasn't even going to be a thing until, 20 or so minutes ago. So,
I get bored. I got bored.
I mean, it's a Sunday, you know what I mean? We normally do this thing on Wednesday, but you know, who says we can't bring fire to the people on a good ass Sunday at 12:56 Central Time before the games and shit? Come on, you know what I mean? So let's boogie. Brother Jeff, what's good with you, sir?
I'm good. Just got bored on a Sunday. So I was like, hey, Voch, what are you doing? Let's just go talk. So what's up, everybody, and welcome to Studio de Jeffrey and Studio de Voch, where Voch has moved on up. He now lives in an apartment or house in the sky. Mm-hmm. He has he's classed it up. He's moved beyond his humble beginnings, and now he's a hero.
Translation, I moved out the hood and it feels good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you
exactly.
Feel me? But it's good to be with you here, Brother Jeff, all that good stuff. You said that you had some fun things for us to talk about. You know, of course, I can do some fun things on the fly if we need to. Plus, we can always go to the chat box, see what they talking about. Plus, I just kind of had another miscellaneous question because I'm always getting into these Twitter conversations, Twitter fights or whatnot. So, I mean, we got a good hour to go. You know what I'm saying? We good.
Well, it depends. Like, if I don't get any super chats, I'm leaving in like 11 minutes. But yeah, we might go for an hour.
Jeff, you're not supposed to tell him that, Jeff. That's breaking the wall, Jeff. You ain't supposed to tell him it's about the money.
I thought we were supposed to be open and honest and transparent.
I lie to these people all the time. So anyway, man, hey, look, training camp right around the corner and all that good stuff. I'll be there. Skywalker still to be there. Law will be there. Jeff works with the big folks, so you know Jeff gonna be there and all that. So we're gonna be looking at training camp and off season, all that kind of good stuff. Jeff, I had a question for you before you wanted to get into your thing, if you don't mind, sir.
I wish you would ask me a question.
So we get preseason this year, and I made a tweet on the tweet machine saying something like, damn, dog, preseason sure gonna be important this year. And people was on the lines of, well, Voch, you say that every year. Everybody says that every year. I think it's different this year because we didn't get preseason last year. So not only are we getting preseason for rookie guys that we got this year, but we got for rookie guys last year and for guys the year before that that are kind of growing into their role to kind of figure out what we're doing with them. So that's 3 classes worth of preseason guys that we need. What does Tristan Hill look like when he's healthy and he's in his man body now? What does Donovan Wilson look like if he finally gets his shake or whatnot? Can Tony Pollard get some damn snaps? You know what I mean? Bradley and I, what are we going to do with him? Reggie Robinson. So just talk to the people about this preseason, Jeff, and what you think is important about it.
Oh, I think this one is important because I was talking about, and you guys did State of the Unit on defensive line, didn't you?
Indubitably, sir.
Okay, so like every time that I talk about the defensive line, people are like, what do you expect from this guy? What do you expect from this guy? What do you expect from this guy? And I'm like, man, I don't know if that guy's going to make the team.
Fair.
Because for the first time in who knows how long, because they added Brent Urban in free agency, Carlos Watkins in free agency, Terrell Basham in free agency. In the draft, you added Odighizuwa. You added Chauncey Golston. You had Quentin Bohanna. Like, they added so many dudes that at least in one position group, I don't know who's going to make the team. Like, I don't know if Dorrance Armstrong's going to make the team. I don't know if Bradley and I is going to make the team. I don't know if Tristan Hill is going to make the team. Because if they don't, then it means that maybe Carlos Watkins didn't make the team or Terrell Basham didn't make the team. And so, like, for the first time in a long time with the Cowboys, I don't know. Between the young guys, the draft picks, the vets that they just brought in, like, who is actually going to make it and who's going to get the chop. So, for once, preseason does matter.
Carlos Watkins can go right now, in my personal opinion. And Jeff, I don't want to make you jealous or anything, but my man's Ricky Scott, Alan Ducati, Rick put in work. Just put a dime in my super chat, sir. Appreciate you. Then Trucker's Life 78, who also has a YouTube channel where he cooks Wagyu out the back of his truck. I'm just saying. He dropped a dime in the super chat. Also says, but Voch. I feel you on that, Brother Jeff. And, you know, people want to pick at me and make fun of me because I like Tristan Hill. Not that I like Tristan Hill, it's just that I don't hate Tristan Hill as much as other people hate Tristan Hill. I just think people put expectations on Tristan Hill that wasn't fair. You're not going to expect this dude to come in and be a gangster day one because it typically doesn't work that way with D linemen in general, let alone second, third round guys. So, but But also I'm not against upgrades or whatever. So if Osa come in here and tear shit up, and if Neville come in here and tear shit up with his new man body with his year 2 stuff, and Tristan got to sit down, then that's ball game. My whole thing I want people to understand is just because these people aren't starting don't mean that they're not useful to you, because we're playing an extra game this year, plus there's a whole rotation. Last year you was in a situation where Justin Hamilton had to play for you. Whatever cat that we spent the 5th, 6th round pick for the Texans, that old boy that ain't going to be here very, very long, he had to play snaps for us last year. So now instead of those guys being the rotational guys, Tristan Hill and Neville Gallimore or Osa Odigizua would be your rotational guys. You dig what I mean?
Well, that's why I think because look, everybody wants to be optimistic when a season starts about all their sports teams. And so like when people are talking about the Cowboys defense and how, look, yeah, it's true that it can't be worse, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be good. And a couple of the reasons that I bring that up is I'm going to get you some names just real quick.
Talk that shit.
Because when we talk about guys who might be starters for the Cowboys, right?
Sure.
Maybe Brent Urban's a starter.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, man, pretty good run defender.
Yeah.
And then like if Neville Gallimore or Tristan Hill is going to be a starter, you're like, man, yeah, I hope he can kind of, I hope he can come along and then be nice. And hopefully a whole bunch of these dudes can be decent. I look at the other teams in the East. Like, just guess. Is it Brent Urban and Neville Gallimore? Or those are our D tackles? Is it Neville Gallimore and Tristan Hill? Is it Quentin Bohanna and Neville Gallimore? Like, who are the starters?
This is what makes it weird. We know where Quentin Bohanna and Justin Hamilton are going to play. We know where D-Law and these other cats are going to play. Brent Urban can play 1, 3, and 5. Also, Diggy Zul can play 1, 3, and 5. So if those dudes are like base run game DNs for you, then you would need another interior dude in which Tristan would get his role. But if Brent is your full-time one-tech kind of dude, them dudes ain't playing over Brent. You know what I'm saying? Top tier run defense guy who may not have the big names and the big box score stuff, but he's dead ass gonna be first down, run down guy. Then when you look at the whole build of the last 3 D tackles up in here, Tristan ain't nobody's guy, but Neville is at least Mike McCarthy's guy, but he's not Dan Quinn's guy. But Osa is everybody's guy. Like Osa got all the sponsors, so he may get pushed into the situation. So we don't fucking know. But
okay,
go ahead.
Well, hold on, because that's kind of my point about if you think that this defense is going to be good, Cowboy fans, and I like to be positive because people like for people to be positive, but I'm going to rip through your division real quick, which ultimately this doesn't matter because you have Dak and they don't. But
yes.
The New York Giants starting defensive tackles are Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence. Sure. They are infinitely better than what the Cowboys have. The Washington, you would have Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen. That is infinitely better than the Cowboys. The Eagles are going to roll out Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave. Like, we are sitting here kicking around which hopefully okay dudes are going to play when. Good defenses or potentially good defenses, they just give you the 2 names. And it's just like, yeah, we have those guys.
That's incredibly fair. And, Jeff, I don't want to make you jealous or nothing like that, but I just got another dime from Nene in my super chat and a dime from Rodney Brown in my super chat also. Scoutcast, fire. And Rodney says, but Voch. So I don't want to make you jealous or anything, brother. Jeff.
Well, I never get jealous. And plus, I would get jealous, and I would be really sad and down on myself if Rodney hadn't swung through over here as well. The great Rodney Brown swung through over here. And if Jaime or Jamie hadn't swung through to say that he loves him some Jeff. He didn't mention Voch, which that's messed up, but and Trucker's Life 78 said, but Jeff. Oh. And CJ Bagby said first year and second year players will get some added time. This training camp and preseason is absolutely important. And you get the extra week. Hall of Fame game. You get an extra week of practice.
This is what kind of evens it out though, Jeff. If this was a D-line contest, we'd be in deep shit.
Yeah, sure would.
But the one thing,
if it were a secondary contest, you'd be in deep shit too.
The one thing I keep going back to, Jeff, is Dak Prescott in this offense kept us in 1-score games with the worst defense I've ever seen in my life. So we don't need a 5-star defense. We just simply don't need a 0-star. If we can be an average ass, then to be fair though, brother Jeff.
If this defense is average, that would be amazing.
We wouldn't have goddamn
Super Bowl. Players are below average.
We wouldn't goddamn Super Bowl. But Jeff, but let me just push back on that a little bit though, Jeff. I feel like we have stars. They just can't be stars because we didn't have role players. You know what I'm saying? So
you mean like maybe like somebody like Van Der Esch can't be a star because the dudes in front of him suck?
2018 Van Der Esch and Jalen, we felt like we didn't need linebackers at that point.
Yep,
2018, when D-Law was getting double-digit sacks and he was a demon in the run game, we were fine. Randy Gregory has never had the full offseason besides his rookie campaign, but it was a little high then. But he's in full. Randy's ready to go now. He grown, he mature, he in shape, he big in his man body, Jeff, and he got the whole offseason to do it.
What did you think of man body today?
That's my word, Jeff. That's what we say over here. That's what we say over here because it's the difference between Tristan Hill at 19, but when Tristan Hill get that magical peanut butter to make everybody big in all season, and he just like that whole thing Connor Williams got from small to 315 and that whole thing. That's what happens to guys, right? Randy Gregory.
Look at Voch's arms right now. Sun's out, guns out. That's Voch's man body showing up.
Guns out. So when I say man body,
firearm on Scoutcast.
Jeff, I got a loaded gun, a knife, and a flashlight in every room in my house, sir. Anyway, sir.
I got a plastic butter knife.
That's dangerous, though, Jeff. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give John Wick one of those.
It's got the little ridges on it. Like I could saw on somebody if I had to.
There's not enough, Jeff. What was I saying though? So yeah, we don't have to be incredible. And when I think about it though, Jeff, their D-line is good in different places. You know what I'm saying? Like they may have a good whatever here, but what's over there? I think if we had the role players, and I think we do now, Brent Urban is going to allow D-Law and Randy Gregory to be great. And if those two guys are who we think they are, they bring up the average of the D-line. If Brent and Quentin, because Quentin's job is to just be 340 and to be strong. He ain't got a whole bunch to do. If their job is to stop run, and then we rotate and bring the quick-footed Neville Gallimore in to be pass rush guy, I don't need 4 guys to have a great D-line. If I can get 8 guys to be Voltron, I'm good with that.
I hope so. Yeah. And that's why I think that the amount that they put into this draft class is going to show up. It's just going to show up 12 months from now, or I guess 13, 14 months from now. Because the idea that you're going to have let's see, in a perfect world, you would have a rookie starting corner. You would have obviously a rookie starting linebacker, and you would like to see Oso Odigizua become a starter, and you'd like to see Chauncey Golston. Maybe he can't become a starter because you have Randy and Tank. But like we're Quentin Bohanna, if you're expecting him to become a contributor right away, like boy, we're expecting a lot. That's all I'm saying. Also, if we think 5 or 6 rookies are about to do something good, we got a lot. We're open for a lot.
Well, see, I don't need the rookies to be stars because we got those guys. That's D-Law, Randy, the linebackers. Hopefully, Diggs 6 interceptions dropping ass. Hopefully, he can be one of those guys for you. I just need the rookies to kind of just play their role for a second. So we just did the whole D-line thing, Jeff. I thought about linebacker, right? Humor me for a minute, right? Let's just say that Jalen and Van Der Esch aren't as bad as we think they are. That they're going to get back to their 2018 form because we're better with the D-line in front of those guys now. Who has the better linebacker core? Who has the best linebacker core in the East right now?
Oh, the Cowboys do. I think regardless. Like New York's only got Blake Martinez really. Washington, Jamin Davis now. Philadelphia's linebackers suck.
They suck, yeah.
So the Cowboys have the best linebackers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what the problem with that is though, Voch?
What's that, sir?
It's the least important position on defense. And not that it's not important, but wouldn't you rather have great pass rushers or great cover guys than great linebackers?
I think we got great pass rushers and great cover guys already.
You do not think we have great cover guys. You will not look right dead in the camera and say that.
I think last year Trevon Diggs ran into Nuke Hopkins, Julio Jones, freaking DK Metcalf,
I'm going to grant you Trevon Diggs. Trevon's not my problem. I will grant you that he will be league average or better. Okay. Now keep going.
So what it is that we're uncertain about cornerback. I don't think our corners are bad. We're just uncertain about them. I feel good about Boss Man Fat. He's a rookie and he's not going to be like Gilmore. He's not going to be Revis, but just don't be damn Nolan Carroll. Don't be, what's my man's last year that was horrible? Then he left. Then he went to other teams and was horrible.
And he was horrible there too. Who was our jobber last year? Oh, I almost had it. It popped in and then popped back out. Somebody will send it in. Our jobber was named.
Chatbox. Who's the damn corner that was bad last year?
The free agent jobber, Daryl
Worley. If Boss Man Fat, he ain't gotta be amazing. If he's simply better than freaking Daryl Worley, if he's simply better,
he's better than Daryl Worley.
then I think we fine, Jeff. Because the damn teams that won the Super Bowl last year, I like Bunting when he came out from Central Michigan, but he's not an amazing guy. The other dude that came from Iowa, I believe, Carson, he's not an amazing guy. We just need guys to be opportunists to get hands on the football. Nashawn, in a correct situation, could be fine. Boss Man Fat will be fine. Diggs is going to be better. So I don't think that we suck at corner like the Eagles were last year, like the Michael Jaquette kid. I just think we got to be cool.
Yeah, and I think I'll rephrase what Voch just said for everybody. You know, the offense is going to score 35 a week, you know? Yeah. So that's what you're going to count on.
I'm long-winded, dog. You know what I'm saying? My bad.
Let me get a top 20 defense, and I'm happy. Top 20.
We went to goddamn Super Bowl with the top 20 defense. My whole thing.
If you can be top 20, and then you have so many dudes that are going into year 2 after that, then you're going to have a top 12 defense.
My goal, Jeff, is if we could be the 2010 Packers – or like the 07 Saints, if we could beat them dudes, Jeff.
Force turnovers?
Just get turnovers and just play defense and hold on for dear life. Hodl, and we'll be fine, Jeff. We'll be good to
I'm
go.
with it. Okay, now, Voch, here's what I wanted to do today.
Yes, sir.
After I shout out Justin Vaught, he said, hey, guys, he dropped $19.99 in the Super. Can you talk about K&P situation heading into camp? Do we feel comfortable or think needs to be more competition? Fearing another Chris Jones situation where they're given the job and struggle. No, Justin, now check this out. And I will not spend much time talking about specialists because I don't care enough. The only time I care about specialists is when teams go full Cowboys, because the Cowboys are the hold on, let me hit the thing. Tell me, can you hear the thing? Can you hear the thing? Bitch. Can you hear the thing? Bitch. Stephen Jones told us after practice one day when we were like, hey, your kicker missed 11 more field goals. He's like, oh, it's the first I've heard of it. They don't give a crap. They don't even pay attention to what the crap is going on. So that's the only time I really talk about kicker.
Yeah.
But they finally got rid of their bad punter who'd been bad for 3 years. And the dude who took his job, Hunter, put the firearms up.
I didn't do nothing, Jeff. You played this gangsta-ass music. I'm just listening to you talk, man. Talk shit. Talk.
Hold on. So now we got the Niswander. He actually punted well last year, and then they brought in the anger dude. Like, yes, you have 2 punters that are going to compete, and then your kicker's fine. So I ain't worried about it. Kicker and punter's fine.
Kickers and punters aren't football players. CJ Bagley dropped 5 and says competition, exclamation. Let these guys fight it out and get better. Iron sharpens iron. We have a ton of room to grow. Indeed, brother CJ. And Jose Banks dropped a dime in the super chat. Appreciate you, sir. Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay, so this, I believe, is created for content creators. I think it's a gold mine. Mm-hmm. John Machota, The Athletic, did a 25-question survey for Cowboy fans. Hey. And I don't care about how people responded. I just think it sets up really well for multiple people to fight about the questions. Because I did my own video, but that's just me. I didn't have anybody to yell at.
Sure.
And so now I have somebody to yell at.
Oh, God.
And so here are the Cowboy questions. Did I just close the thing?
Don't close it, Jeff.
Did I close something?
Don't close it, Jeff.
Oh, my God. Oh, no, I accidentally opened OBS.
While Jeff is fixing that.
No, I got it. I just accidentally did some other stuff. Okay. I got it.
MD Faraj in my chat box says, I really want a girlfriend. So shouts out to MG Faraj. He's trying to.
He said he really wants a girlfriend?
He wants a girlfriend. Yeah, he said, I want a girlfriend.
You are in the wrong damn place.
There's women in my chat box. And they're cougars.
YouTube gives us the numbers on this. I get 2% female listeners, so your pool in here is going to be limited.
There are women in my chat box, and most of them are cougars, and they cook sides for young men. Go ahead, Jeff.
Ooh, like mac and cheese, green beans?
Like spaghetti at a cookout. Go ahead, Jeff.
Spaghetti is not a side. Don't ever say that. Not in my presence. Don't do that.
Come on, Jeff.
Question number 1. How many games will the Cowboys win in 2021, Voch?
All of them.
Don't say 17.
All of them.
Don't say 17.
Okay, so
the options were less than 6, 6 or 7, 8 or 9, 10 or 11, 12 or more. And I think you're going to say 12 or more.
12 or more simply because I feel like we can play with, score, and beat any team that we line up against. It's very Cowboy shit, Jeff, that we'll beat the Chiefs but lose to the Washington team. Like, that's Cowboy shit that we'll do. You know what I mean? So we're not gonna win them all in real life, but in my fan mind, we're gonna win them all. But I do think, like analyst mode, I think we're a 12, 13 win team, straight up.
Yeah, see, I'm not a fan. I'm an analyst. I like to just analyze the things. I'm going 10 or 11. I think they're going 11-6. I think they're going to go 11-6 because the defense is going to be bad. They're going to score a bunch of points.
So, Jeff, what's the difference between you saying 11-6 and me saying 17-0? Why am I a homer for thinking we can win 6 more games than that?
Because that would be real homerish. Because you don't have the best team in football, and only the best team in football has a chance to go 17-0. And most years, nobody's going to go 16-0. It only happen a couple different times. And to pretend that a team that has a bad defense is going to go 17-0, that's some whack job stuff. That makes you a crazy person. You need to borrow some of my meds.
We're going to beat the shot of the Bucks and the Chiefs. Go ahead, Jeff.
Might happen. What needs to happen for the season to be considered a success? Get to the NFC title game, get to the divisional round, make the playoffs, or have a winning record?
I would say the title game is the and look, that's incredibly unfair because that's a hard ask. But I think that we dead ass got the best offense in the league and we've gotten better on defense. Mike McCarthy's on the bubble. I think he's on coke, but you know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, you think he's on what?
I think Mike McCarthy's on cocaine, sir. But I don't have no fucking endorsement. I don't work for the people. Mike McCarthy do a lot of dumb shit, man. But luckily for him, I believe in his coordinators. You know what I'm saying? Mike McCarthy ain't got to pull big weight, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Besides his own, he just got to keep things intact. Kellen Moore is gonna be the guy. Dan Quinn's gonna be the guy that just gets the ball rolling. So you know what I'm saying? This is one of them years where we should be Super Bowl contenders.
At least get to the divisional round is what I say. At least.
Sure.
And if you don't, go ahead and fire Mike McCarthy. Because I don't know anything about his illicit substance uses or not uses, but I don't think he's a very good coach. I don't care about that one. How do you feel about the Cowboys hiring Dan Quinn as their new defensive coordinator?
I like to know where my feet are. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Dan Quinn saying that. He's one of the better D-line coaches in the league. When he was defensive coordinating, he was one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. When he gets all the responsibilities of being a head coach, it just didn't all it kind of worked. He went to a Super Bowl. He should
be a Super Bowl champion.
It just didn't work out for real. I look at Dan Quinn just like we look at Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips as a Dallas Cowboy head coach ain't the thing. Wade Phillips as a defense coordinator can get you over the hump. So I fucks with Dan Quinn there.
Jerry, hey Jerry, I was thinking we'd let the players off today. Have a good time. That's my Wade.
That's your Wade Phillips.
Shout out to Taj. He said creamy or chunky peanut butter. Creamy, of course.
Chunky, sir. Chunky,
You don't want chunky peanut butter. Why wouldn't you just eat a peanut? If you're going to have chunks, just eat a peanut. The point of making the butter is that it's a butter.
It's buttery, but you also get the crunchiness. It's for texture, Jeff. Texture matters.
I want the texture to be creamy. That is my texture.
Which one? A soggy salad too? God damn it! Get some crunch in your life. It's worth it, you know.
How did you feel about Dak Prescott's new contract? We can skip that one because neither one of us is stupid, and we are very happy that they have their quarterback. And I don't care how much he makes. Good for him.
For sure.
Who is the most overrated player on the roster?
We all gonna say the running back, right?
The fans said Jalen and then the running back. And nobody else was close. They're the only two that got votes. So I guess I would go Zeke.
But this the weird thing, though. Zeke ain't bad. Zeke ain't bad. That's the problem. Like,
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying overrated because the people still put him on like top 5 lists and shit. He's okay. He's fine.
I think Zeke's incredible. It's just his money that people don't like. And you know, you can look at Zeke last year, but the whole Joe Looney, Terrence Steele, you know what I'm saying, Brandon Knight thing matters to me. But like he's been nothing but the league leading rusher since he's been here. You know what I'm saying? It's just
but league leading rusher just means you got the ball the most. I don't care about that.
That's part of. I mean, shit. You can't be the best passer without attempts. Shit, you got to shoot the ball to shoot. I mean,
the only thing that matters when you run the ball is did you convert third down? Did you get in the end zone? And how many yards did you get on average when we handed you the ball? I don't care how many times you got it.
Zeke,
you don't get praise from me for getting it handed to you the most.
Zeke and Jalen both have bad contracts, but I'm fine with Zeke because at least he's a good player for me. Jalen getting lost and having big money is a problem for most people. So
yeah, he also gets tore up by all of us too, though. So I don't know if he can be overrated anymore because I think we all go after him. Like, I don't have a great pick for the Cowboys.
Donovan Wilson's overrated.
Okay. Well, I mean, if we're going to do it that way, I would probably say Trevon Diggs. I mean, if you're going to do just how fans are getting out of control with how good a dude is when he's okay.
Jeff, relax. Jeff, don't
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, fair enough. Moving on.
What grade would you give the Cowboys for their offseason? That includes coaching changes, free agency, and the draft. A, B, C, D, F. And why don't we have an E? Like, do they not have an E in the grading scale because E was like for excellent when you were like 3 years old? Because why would you go A, B, C, D and skip the E and go to F? Just because F could mean fail, and so that was convenient? I don't know.
Well, because F is a perfectly terrible letter to look at. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see F, you just think fail. You know what I mean? And if you go like 100, 90s, 80s, 60s or whatever, like you don't want to get to 50s before you get into F's and shit. You know what I mean? So they just got rid of the E and just bumped the F, and F just all that shit. Whatever. Off season.
C.
I give B- because everything that we was kind of bad about, we kind of dug right into it. We was bad at DC. We was bad at, I would say, the whole punter situation was kind of weird. We went and addressed that. Plus, we needed run defense. You know what I mean? And we got nothing but we got 6 run defenders. So yeah, I mean, I'll take that.
Here's the problem, Voch.
Sure.
B- is not an option. It's A, B, C, D, or F. So you're going to have to figure out what number was your B- to figure out, was it a B or was it a C?
If I can't go B-, I would rather go C than B.
I'm going C because I don't think B- is allowed either. That's why. Because I would go B-, but that's cheating. We don't want a minus. I want the real one.
Shouts out to Jeff with the Cloud Strife display behind him, sir. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to you. That was some nonsense Hobbit stuff you had up last time, sir. But shouts out to Cloud Strife, sir.
First of all, the nonsense wasn't a Hobbit.
Whatever.
That is Gandalf, sir.
What's it, Harry Potter or something?
No, it's Lord of the Rings. Like, you had it right. Like, it's that world, but it's not a Hobbit. The Hobbits are of the Shire. They're the small folk that are always barefoot. That's a damn wizard. That man took down a Balrog from Hades.
Balrog from Street Fighter? I mean, Dawson did that too, man. E-Honda took Balrog too.
You don't understand. You don't understand. I ain't scared of you, mother. Let me see here. I gave a C because I still wish I could go back and give them like Rashawn Slater in the first round, and I was still going to get Jabril Cox, and then I could fix their draft for him. But what player's departure will be the toughest to replace? This one's tough because I don't really think there is one, but I guess I would go Cheeto because you're going to be banking on either a rookie or Anthony Brown.
Departure from last year? Wasn't Byron Jones last year?
No. No, he wasn't.
Byron was the year before?
Departure will be the toughest to replace this offseason that they've lost. Like Andy Dalton, Alden Smith, Cheeto, Xavier Woods. Hell, it might be Xavier Woods, who you can all hate him because he wasn't great. But if you suck at safety, that's going to be a problem.
I don't think we lost nobody worth talking about for real.
That's a good point.
I think we just cut some good fat and we just didn't pay people that deserve to get paid money. So,
which one of these free agency additions will be the most valuable? Keanu Neal, Terrell Basham, DeMonte KZ, Brent Urban, Carlos Watkins, J-Ron Curse, Ty Nsekhe, Jeremy Sprinkle, Brian Anger.
We on the same page, Jeff. You can move on. We ain't got to talk about this. It's Brent Urban for sure.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that none of these guys are going to matter.
No. I mean, they all going to matter in their own place. But if the question is which one of these guys is most important and most impactful, when the biggest impediment to your defense was run defense, so you get one of the best run defending D tackles in the league, this shouldn't be a conversation. It's that guy.
You know, I might go KZ just because he's going to play. He's going to play every damn snap.
Sure.
There's nobody else back there. And not including Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Which draft pick will make the biggest impact this season? You can't pick Parsons. You still believing in Boss Man Fat? There's an underswell of doubt going on with Boss Man Fat in the world right now.
They looking for reasons to hate Boss Man Fat, which is sad. I was about to say, can I pick two people? Whoever wins the cornerback 2 position. I don't think it's going to be Anthony Brown. I think they're going to start with Anthony Brown because they're going to do that Darryl Worley, Nolan Carroll, put a vet here situation thing. But I think after preseason, that's when Nation or Boss Man will emerge. In my mind, Jeff, I've kind of talked myself into, I hope Nation does well and he fits perfectly so that Kelvin can play some nickel and move around a little bit. That'll be a fun little cornerback trio if Nation ends up being Dan Quinn's guy for real.
That would be good. Shout out to Ivan in the super chat. He said, how do y'all feel about Dak signing with Jordan? Good for him. Get all your money. Everybody out there in the world, get all your money. Robbie said, Manscaped Jeff, promo code Voch. All right.
Shave your nuts.
Well, yeah, and also if you guys do the fantasy football thing, like the DraftKings and the FanDuel, check out Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy, I play it for all the basketball games right now, and they have it for football, like best ball and fantasy drafts and shit. But I do it for every night watching basketball games because if you don't care about it, you can then do some pick'ems, and you'd be like, tonight that player's going to have over that player's going to have under that. And you try to make money. You use promo code JeffC at sign up, JEFFC. You get $25 bonus bucks. Underdog Fantasy, get on it.
Trucker's Life 78 says, I keep a 45 semi-auto Smith & Wesson in my truck. Shouts out to you, sir. Also tell Jeff spaghetti can be a side or an entree. Jeff got a lot of black friends, and it's just surprising me how he didn't know that this was a thing, but it is what it is.
I have a million black friends, and none of them are eating spaghetti as a side at a cookout. Like nobody is coming out and you're like, oh, what'd you pull off the grill? And you're like, well, I got 6 ribs and some spaghetti.
Why would you pull the spaghetti off the grill, sir?
Well, no, I don't care where you make it. I'm just saying nobody's plate has brisket and spaghetti on it.
Why not?
I don't make the rules.
There are no rules at cookouts, Jeff. There's rules at
technically
cookouts?
A cookout means you only have like hot dogs and hamburgers and you don't even have any good barbecue. So that's why I'm anti-cookout anyway. I'm pro-barbecue. No, I'm not anti-cookout. I made that up. That's getting
Jeff,
real.
If you want to have tacos at your motherfucking cookout, have tacos at your goddamn cookout. You can do what you want, sir.
That's fair. Just don't pretend it's a thing because it's not a thing.
That's crazy. And Taj Drop 5 says, can we play some Nipsey? We cannot play any Nipsey, sir, because, we can't get the YouTube police on us, but appreciate you for your 5, sir. R.I.P. Nip.
How many rushing yards will Zeke have? Over 1,200?
I don't think so.
Oh, wow. I thought you would be pro Zeke here. I thought you'd want to hand it to him 350 times. And
I think Zeke efficiently in his offense, I think if he had 1,100 carries, 500 receiving yards, Tony had 740 catches or something like that, and then we ran the offense through Dak. As long as we're efficient, I'm fine with that. Because there's this other point I was making too, Jeff. I don't want Pro Bowlers on my offense. Meaning, I don't need one guy to just be amazing. I don't need Cooper to be the guy that's getting 1,800 yards. I need you to get some, you to get some, you to get some. If everybody evenly had like 1,100 yards, that's a damn good year for us.
Yeah, that'd be great. I hope Zeke doesn't have 350 carries. I hope that Zeke has 230 carries and Pollard has 120 carries and we move on with our day. We don't need to force feed one dude. Unless that one dude, look, if he's out there getting you 5.5 yards per carry and Pollard is getting 4 yards per carry, then Pollard goes sit his ass back down and Zeke can have the ball.
Before we move on, sir, do you there's a new narrative about Zeke and his body type every single year. Do you think there's something to Zeke being trimmer and quicker looking? Like none of this is football stuff. It's just drills on the internet, sir. Do you buy into that at all?
Kinda, but I also would be real hesitant to be like super optimistic that you're going to see a big change in a football player that plays running back at the age of over 25 when he's got the mileage he has on him. Sure. But I do think this is the first offseason in a while that he's cared, that he's actually like worked out. And that's not even a knock on him. That's human nature. When you're good enough to be the best without having to do all the work, you don't start doing hard work in your life until you get in your 30s. Because until then, shit is easy in life. Your body feels good all the time. Life's good. Zeke he's got to work now.
Also, since we're here, Jeff, I would say that Zeke has mostly been a power back for the most part of his career. Do you think somebody tapped Zeke on the shoulder and said, your role this year is going to be different, we need you to be slimmer? Or is this like just a Zeke thing, taking things a little more serious?
I think Zeke's just pissed off at all of us.
Fair.
I think Zeke got tired of hearing how he's not great. And he got real mad. And then the world developed like numbers that were independent of your offensive line. Like how many tackles do you break? How many tackles do you force missed tackles on? And his numbers weren't good there. So that's the thing about athletes. They're all going to tell you the same thing. And like 10 on the planet can pull this off where they're like, oh, I don't care what anybody says about me. I don't listen.
Right.
There's like 10 dudes on the entire planet. They're like, no, literally, like I don't have social media. I don't care. Like I'm just going to work. I'm doing my best. Most of them hear every word said about them because even if they don't read the Twitter or the Instagram or they don't listen to the radio or the YouTube, somebody they know does and texts them like, did you hear what this asshole said about you?
Sure.
People hear it. And I think Zeke's heard a lot.
Sure.
And he's tired of it. Sure. Not including Dak Prescott, who is the team's most valuable player.
Does offensive line as one person count?
Sir, no, sir. You have to pick them individually.
Okay, if it's one person that I just got to pick, I would say D-Law then. D-Law?
Oh, I think that's such a good pick because, like, he's not better per se than like Tyron or Zach Martin or whoever, but he's the only dude on defense. If he goes down, it is bad.
Bad business, sir. Bad business. Plus, I think he's the guy that's gonna make it easy for the other D linemen, and if they all play well, then everybody else on the whole defense plays well. So you need D-Law to get. If he gets back to a double-digit sack guy plus demon in the run game, you on to a good pace on your defense there.
I would throw into, and Cowboy fans picked Zeke. I would throw in, and Tyron Smith was second, Tank was third. Sure. I would throw in Amari Cooper because I think what you're talking about with Tank Lawrence, Amari Cooper does that too. He slots everybody else. Yeah. Michael Gallup, congrats. You get the second best corner. CeeDee Lamb, congrats. You get their slot guy. Tight ends, congrats. I'm going to draw the attention. Real life number one receivers are badass, and you need to appreciate them. Who should be the Cowboys punter this season? No one cares. Yeah. But in the fan poll, Hunter Niswander won.
Is there another one? Do we have two punters?
Yeah, we brought in Brian Anger. Yeah, we brought in Brian Anger.
I give a fuck about. Whichever one can throw the football when damn Bones Fossil called a fake. Whichever one of them works out.
Ooh, what about whichever one can't throw the ball so Bones Fossil will stop calling fakes?
I don't want to take away from Bones, man. I like what I saw from him, man. I don't want to take that nonsense away.
Which defensive tackle is most important to the Cowboys' 2021 success?
Brent Urban. I'm putting a lot on his shoulders.
I know you are. And I've done this book before where it's like, hey, they brought in a free agent that doesn't make a lot of money. And generally speaking, they suck, but I do believe that Brent Urban's going to help.
Well, see, Jeff, this ain't like a Jeremy Mincy situation, right? Like, this is legitimately when we have a deficit in running, he's one of the best run defenders at multiple positions. You know what I mean? So he ain't just going to get pigeonholed at one tech, three tech, some 4-eye. He's playing everywhere. I think that's important. I think that's going to be pivotal in his defense, man.
If it's not him, it'll be Neville Gallimore. I'm just going to throw that out there. If it's not Urban, it'll be Neville Gallimore.
If it ain't him, it got to be fucking Neville. It got to be somebody. Somebody else got to be. Or can I pivot for a second, sir? Can I pivot? I would say most important, I need Quinn Bohanna to give me something because we ain't got a whole bunch of fat nose kids that can play. So he don't have to be a Pro Bowler or nothing, but he just has to be a competent 340-pound dude, and I think that'll work well in the cycle or whatever.
We're expecting a lot out of a 6th-round pick. I think everybody in the world is like, what are you talking about? Of course he's going to make the team. He might be the starting nose tackle. And I'm like, guys, he was a 6th-round pick. And it's like, yeah, but we don't have anybody else. And I'm like, that's a good point. Who will start the most games at the other outside corner spot opposite Trayvon Diggs? Who will start the most games?
That's going to be weird because I think one of the older dudes are going to start the season off, but maybe after like week 4, one of the young kids going to come in and make it happen. I don't know. That's going to be strange, but
boss man fat. Say boss man.
Boss man fat. Boss man fat. Boss man fat. Kelvin Joseph.
Eric's in the super chat. He said, is Blake Jarwin going to take his TE1 spot back, or is it going to be Jarwin one game and Schultz the next throughout the season? I think Jarwin's the guy. I mean, he's never put up the volume of stats that Schultz did last year in his entire career, but Jarwin's got more juice than Dalton Schultz does. Jarwin's your tight end. Don't worry about it.
Jarwin is definitely the guy, but I would say that Schultz did enough last year that you feel comfortable with your 2 tight end sets or whatever. So
yeah, he can play.
Yeah, both of them.
Zach in the super chat, appreciate you. He said, "Don't worry about safety corner depth once Dan Quinn realizes TJ Vasher is 6'6". We're just moving receivers." And Taj 5 in the super said, "Voch versus Jeff 1-on-1 in basketball 2-11. Who wins?" Voch, are you any good at basketball?
So here's my thing, right? I play incredible defense because I'm an offensive lineman, good with my feet. I can't shoot for shit. I can't score. So
I can't shoot either.
So in my mind, if we all got together and played basketball, I'm Ben Simmons. I'm passing the ball. I'm playing defense. I'm finding open people. That's all I could do.
Okay, then the answer is, Taj, that neither one of us would ever get to 11, and we would quit.
I can't score.
And that is how that would go.
It is.
Who will lead the team in tackles? I don't care, but everybody picked Micah Parsons and then Leighton Vander Esch and then Jalen Smith, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Who will lead the team in takeaways?
I know we just called him overrated.
Donovan Wilson?
It's always those guys that do it. You know what I mean? Like Jeff Heath was the guy that gets all the damn takeaways. He caused the fun because it's never the guys that you expect. You know what I mean? So Donovan might be the guy that'll sneakily beat up on tight ends or something, that'll sneakily cause a fumble or something like that. Yeah, probably.
Cowboy fans picked Trayvon Diggs, and I think the wild card here could be like either Micah Parsons or Leighton Vander Esch, because you're talking about fumbles, like. Vander Esch and or Parsons could have 2 or 3 picks. And what if they force or recover 3 or 4 fumbles? Maybe you could get it that way.
But let's be fair to Diggs, though, Jeff. Diggs caught 3 interceptions and dropped 6 of them. So it could be him.
It could be. That's who everybody's picking. 64% of fans said Diggs.
But I think if Diggs plays well, I don't think he'll get targeted as much. I think Diggs got targeted because he was a rookie and they was trying to pick on him a little bit. And he got his hands on the football. You know what I'm saying? It's just, he just couldn't bring them all in. So there's a reason why he's not a wide receiver anymore. But it could be Diggs. Yeah, sure. I don't want to hate on that.
Who will lead the team in sacks?
There you go, sir. There you go, sir. You got it. This shouldn't be a situation. This shouldn't be a conversation, sir. He's going to lead the sacks, hits, hurries, all that shit.
Hey, Tank is well compensated, sir. I'd love for him to have another double-digit sack season, but I already predicted it. Randy Gregory's going to have 11, 12 sacks this year. Randy Gregory's the guy.
This is the funny part. Watch this. I think D-Law will have a double-digit sack season. I just think Randy's going to have more sacks than him.
Who will lead the team in receiving yards?
CeeDee Lamb.
Now, do you say that confidently?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you say that because you think Amari Cooper might miss a game or 2 or 3?
I think Coop's incredible. And I think at his job, like what he is he's, like you said earlier, he's the setup guy. So what we get from Coop is he can go out and get eight catches on like Jalen Ramsey or something. But then it'll set up. Then CeeDee Lamb will get his big game. Then Cooper come back and sneak and get 200 yards or something, right? Gallup is going to be deep ball guy that'll average about 40 to 70 yards a game. CeeDee's going to get the volume. You see what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
So just in that, I think CeeDee having the volume, he'll probably get the most catches and the most yards. But I do think that Cooper's going to be most important. And he might get more touchdowns too. I don't know. We'll see. But that's my thing.
Toddster says Jeff and Voch don't seem to pay any attention to this chat.
To your chat? To your chat?
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to throw it out there.
I can't see your chat. I see my chat with Rue Glock, Kenny, Say Don, Grip Boy, Tyrone, Greg's Prime Time. I mean, I see all of my people. Rue Glock. There's a gentleman named Rue Glock.
I don't appreciate that, man. Look, when I'm doing the thing where I'm reading the questions, though, I have a separate browser that has to go somewhere, so it does go over the chat for a minute. But the idea that I'm not reading the chat and that we're not responding to all these chats, sir, back up a little bit. That was the end of my fan survey, so that's all the questions that I had for you, Voch. That's it. That's all I got.
You ain't answer none of these shits, though. Like,
I answered some of them.
But you did a video on it. So if y'all want to see Jeff's answers to these questions, y'all go to Jeff Kavanaugh YouTube and watch his video where he did it, where he answered the question, because I would love to hear his take on this as well.
I picked CD to lead him in receiving too, but it's because that was my coward's way out, because I'm like, man, he could lead them in receiving regardless, maybe, but I think Coop will miss 2 or 3 games. That's why I'm picking CD.
Well, see, this is my thing. Like, Coop is the best receiver on the team, undoubtedly. But if he got to go against Darius Slay and if CD got to go against Michael Jaquette, I mean, good luck to you. You know what I'm saying?
I might throw it to CD on that play.
Just throw it to that motherfucker every time. I just think it's more situations where if we're gonna play a good old game of find the scrub, CD Lamb is gonna be against most of scrubs. He's gonna be against most of scrubs, so he's got to get it.
Yeah, Gallup will get some of the scrubs.
Sure.
Because some of the scrubs only play outside. Sure. Sometimes they'll have a decent slot guy and they'll have a bum on the outside. Mm-hmm. But it's hard for Amari Cooper to find a bum unless you go looking for him and they don't flip.
It's Wee Man 7 says, who's the best combination at safety spots? And if y'all have any questions, y'all can leave them in the chat box for this last 5 to 10 minutes that me and Jeff do. Jeff, what's the best combinations of safeties? And I'm assuming that he's adding Keanu Neal into this equation as well. I wouldn't, and I'll tell you why later. But Jeff?
2 guys that aren't on the team. The best combination of safeties on this team is Donovan Wilson to keep progressing and play strong safety, and at free safety, DeMonte KZ to flash back to 2018 when he had 7 interceptions. But I just don't know if that human exists. So I don't feel great about their secondary. I think KZ, I'm just hoping. I'm hoping he can play. Yeah. And Wilson, I feel okay about. So that's your best combination, though, is Wilson and KZ. That's all you got.
Is KZ and Wilson better than Xavier Woods and Darian Thompson?
Yes.
Is the D-line that we have today better than Duntari and Everson and whoever the hell played last year?
Yes.
I think we'll be better at linebacker and cornerback too, Jeff. There's no reason why his defense can't be better, man. Come on now.
We might be worse at corner. Might be worse at safety.
Who played last year? I don't remember who played last year.
Cheeto.
Diggs and Cheeto
and Brown. And then Lewis when Brown got hurt. You just need a rookie. You need a rookie to play as well or better than Cheeto.
Yeah, that'll be.
Or you need Anthony Brown outside to play as well or better than Cheeto, and I don't think he will.
Cheeto is probably better than those guys skill-wise, but do you think with the scheme and usage that we would get more production out of our current guys than we would with Cheeto?
I think that I believe that.
We asked a good question today.
I think I believe that on the defense as a whole. I don't know if I believe that in terms of how is your left cornerback going to do covering. Mm-hmm. Unless Boss Man Fat could be awesome. And that's my dream.
He's going to be.
That's my dream.
He's going to be fantastic. Do teams fear Lamb more than Gallup this season? Yeah. CD gonna be incredible, dog. I dead ass think CD Lamb's gonna be one, and he was pissed off last year because he had to play with Dalton and Ben and all these other characters or what. I think CD Lamb's gonna bust a lot, and I think he's taking the Justin Jefferson rivalry very seriously because they talked all that little shit up. CD Lamb gonna bust some ass this year.
Yeah, like Gallup, teams aren't afraid of Michael Gallup. As much as we like him and respect him and he's a good player, teams don't fear Michael Gallup because teams don't. There's nothing about his game. Like, there's no trait that you point to and go, crap, how are we going to handle that? Yeah. And that's why he makes so many plays down the field, because it's like, why was there no safety over there? Because teams aren't afraid of Michael Gallup. And so he's going to continue to eat because of that. It's great.
Now, if you want to go back to the question that you asked earlier about the most overrated player on this team, it might be Gallup. Because I don't.
Hey.
Shit. But that's my thing though. I love Gallup. I just don't think he's the wide receiver number one that people think that he is. I think if Gallup had to be the man on this team or somebody else's team, I don't think Gallup would be as good. But Gallup in a situation where he ain't got to be Cooper, he ain't got to be Lamb, and he just get to pick on some kid on the outside, he get to be yak dude and big body catch guy, yeah, then that's a great role for Gallup, and that's why he should definitely take less money to stay, because his role fits here. But Gallup ain't the wide receiver one that people think that he is.
No. Gallup's a 2.
People
he's
dead ass.
He's a good 2.
People dead ass want to not pay Coop to pay Gallup less and keep him. They want to get worse at receiver on purpose just to save $5 million, which is crazy.
No, I mean, I think what a lot of people don't realize at wide receiver is you have to prove it. Mm-hmm. And Gallup has never had to prove he's a number one, and I don't think you want him to. Like, I think that would go the same way it went for Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah. When it was like when Juju had like 1,300 yards, Antonio Brown had like 1,300 yards, and people were like, Juju's the best receiver on the team. Right. Well, Antonio Brown was gone, and Juju was butt. Right. Because teams were like, oh, you're not nearly as good as him. Our best cover guy can cover you. You don't want to do that to a guy. Let him be what he is.
Plus two, brother Jeff, I said this on my social media machines today, is I'm already like preparing myself for the idea that Gallup's not going to get paid, because I'm ready to give all my monies to Randy Gregory. He's been.
Oh, that was one of the survey questions. I somehow skipped over it. Was if you could get one contract extension done before the year, who would it be?
Oh, sir, we got to bring 94. Like if Randy's the guy that I think he is, and by mid-season he's proven it to me, let's get that dude signed up and locked up right now.
That's why I would do it right this second, because like they did this with Tyrone Crawford and it kind of blew up in their face.
Sure.
But with Randy, I know he's 28 and I know he's never proven it over a full year, but I think he's a player. Yeah. And so if he is a player, you go to Randy, you play the loyalty card. This is what you got to do as a front office. See, if we're talking about from the player perspective, the player wants every dime they can possibly get, right?
Do it in Jerry's voice. Do it in Jerry's voice. Do it in Jerry's voice. Do it in Jerry's voice.
The owner and GM's job is to go, Randy, Gregor, I wanted to talk to you about the contract, and you remember all them times that you was failing the drug test and you was smoking the dope, and we stood by you, and we did some fake contract extensions with you to put some money in your pocket, and we got in trouble with the league for that, and we did get in trouble a little bit. I was thinking that maybe you could repay some of that loyalty. Loyalty. Yes. Loyalty is a word. I had a friend in 1944. He is Lowell, and that's his name, Lowell. And but anyway, I was thinking 3 years and like $24 million. Get you $8 million a year. You will get all the money. You'll have the money, and you will, and you did. Mm-hmm. And I heard Voch had a great idea, and I'd like to pitch that to you. Mm-hmm. I was thinking 3 years, $24 million instead of $20 million a year after you get 12 sacks. And what we're going to do is we're going to get a wrecking ball. We're going to knock down Jalen's sunglass hut.
Yes.
And once we've done that, we're going to put in Randy G's dispensaries, and we're going to sell pot right here at the Star. What do you think, Randy? Yeah, that's where you got to play it. You got to try it.
Talk your shit, brother Jeff. Hold up, sir. Don't go nowhere. I got to hit it for you. Wait a minute. Don't move. Don't move. Yo, son, I can't wait until Randy holds us down. Until Randy, like, you know what, man? We gave Randy a lot of money for not playing football. Same with Sean Lee. We paid Sean Lee a lot of bread for not playing. Him. Yeah,
you try to guilt him.
That's part of the game. That's part of the game. So shouts out to Randy and his new weed shop, sir.
Randy G's dispensaries.
Shouts out to you. Shouts out to you. That's all I got. On my side, Nene Drop 5 Super Chat says Jeff's Jerry voice is crazy. It is incredible, isn't it? Thank you, Nene, for dropping 5 in there.
Oh, you dropped 5 in Voch's chat for my impersonation? Okay.
100%. I mean, what you want me to say, Jeff? What you want me to say, Jeff? Come on, say.
Toddster said, is Cox capable of playing safety? And my answer is maybe. Like Jabril Cox, maybe, if you wanted to play him at box safety. But my thing is, if you're an okay coverage safety, it means you're going to be a real good coverage linebacker. So I'm going to turn Jabril Cox into a Pro Bowl linebacker. No problem. Yeah. What Pete said, thanks for avoiding all my questions. It means y'all are still sore about me questioning your takes on Rousseau and Cisco. I was right. That's all that matters. What were you right about?
Is that Pete P with the long last name?
Yeah, Pete, we told you where they were going to get drafted. Reading stuff about where they're going to get drafted doesn't make you right. If they're good at football is what's going to make you right. Yeah. And Rousseau won't be good at football. Armando, LOL, I'll cover it for you. Appreciate you, Armando. You're a beast. Do I have any other questions? Let me see. Somebody asked about Joe Looney. Is he that bad? He's not good. Sweet man, though.
Joe terrible.
The sweetest man ever. Joe terrible. Justin Hamilton could beat out Bohanna. Anger is the punter. Highest drafted punter in the last 25. It doesn't matter where you were drafted. It's today. Nene, hey, best Jerry impersonation equals Jeff.
That's enough now. That's enough.
Oh, Pete, you said 4th round for both of them. Pete, this is going to be the last damn time I ever explain draft things to people. Ready?
I don't even see him in my chat box. I don't know what
when I grade players, I am not predicting where they'll be picked. I am telling you how good they are at football. If we wanted to put a grade together of this is where I think they're going to be picked, it would look the same as everybody else's. I'm doing this to be right. To tell you how good they're going to be when they actually get in the league. Sure. That's how I grade players.
For sure.
Otherwise,
sure.
I would just grade them like I know where they're going to be drafted.
And then plus,
I know where they're going to be drafted.
And then like we don't know everything, so we're just projecting. We're just projecting thoughts and ideas, sir. And to be fair, Russo wasn't a top 5 guy. You know what I'm saying? It just worked out. Cisco wasn't the best, the highest rated free in the draft. Those guys got drafted appropriately. I still think they were taken a bit early. It is what it is. But plus, and if I'm wrong, who gives a shit? It is what it is. Shouts out to you.
K said no Mavericks talk, or did I miss it? Voch ain't here to talk Mavericks with you.
So Jeff, this is my thing, sir. I'm a Maverick fan now, but if Luka leave, I'm cutting all that shit out. I'm not a Maverick fan anymore.
That's fine.
If Luka
that's
leaves.
fine.
That's
I'll tell you
fair.
this.
Okay.
For the 4 Maverick fans that are in here,
okay,
I love the Nico hiring. I love that they hired a dude to be the president of basketball ops that literally just has great relationships with the American basketball players.
Right.
Because, boy, they couldn't find good American basketball players to save their lives in Dallas.
Right.
So Nico gives you a better chance than Dirk and Donnie Nelson to get an American-born star player to be like, hey, send me to Dallas.
Sure.
Because my guy is there. I like that hiring.
Yep.
I like that one.
And there's your Mavs talk.
There's your Mavs talk.
There's your Mavs talk for the day. That's all I got for you, Brother Jeff.
That's all I got. I still got some barbecue here, though, so I'm going to eat my barbecue.
Enjoy yourself, sir. Have a great Sunday. I just want to remind the people, Scoutkast isn't going anywhere. It's just that draft is so taxing. I just had to take some weeks off from y'all asses. But we gonna get back in the groove of things. Me and Jeff gonna get back to bringing y'all some weekly content and all that good stuff, and it'd be good to go. Follow me on. I just hit 10K on my Twitter and all that. So shouts out to you know what I'm saying. Appreciate y'all holding me down over there. If y'all want to see more of me fighting cowboy nonsense, then follow me over there. Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI, and sub to my channel. If you're not sub to Jeff's channel, go and get the answers to the survey situation that we did on his video over there at Jeff Kavanaugh.
We're chasing 20K. We're chasing 20K. We're at 19.8. We're chasing 20K.
19.8. Okay, we're gonna get him that by the middle of July. So hang tight. We're gonna get that taken care of. All right, y'all.
I'm gonna get that tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna have it tomorrow then. Fuck it. Y'all have no clue what somebody else is going through. So be nice, hold it down, don't be a dick and asshole, you know what I mean?
Hold it down for the Doski Woskies and the Peasky Whiskies. And